Hello, everyone. My name is Brishkay Ahmed, and I am the director of In the Rumbling Belly of Motherland. I'm absolutely honored to be here talking to you today and sharing my film with you. And it's just a thrill to share a film with KDocs 2022 because KDocs is committed to social justice issues. And you have a brilliant lineup of amazing, powerful films by filmmakers from around the globe who want to see changes and who are speaking the truth. So the theme of the festival this year is truth and waging change, and that is central to the goal of the women, the characters in my film. In the Rumbling Belly of Motherland takes a place inside Kabul's only women's news network, Zan TV, where you will meet 5 journalists who are every day going out and about as journalists anywhere in the world would, trying to get truth out as information, as conductors of information, and wage change. Yeah. The film that you will see, which was filmed in 2018, 19, and 20, shows you a world inside Afghanistan that's very different from today. And the reason why that is because last year, just less than a year ago, in August 2021, the Taliban returned back to Afghanistan after they signed a peace agreement with the US in Doha. Today in Afghanistan, there are no female journalists are not allowed to be working. Women are not allowed to attend secondary schools or post-secondary. Women are not allowed to work unless you are a nurse or a doctor. And strict dress codes have come in place. So, and there's also most recently a law that's come into place that limits their mobility by requesting that Afghan women be accompanied by a male relative. Now, this Afghanistan of today, which basically does not allow women to get an education, have a job, or travel freely, is a contrast to the Afghanistan you see in my film, because there you see young women going out and about and doing their work, not in the most safe or free or easy way. No, the film is a simple film. It's a rough film. It's a raw film. It's a gritty film that shows you some of the challenges that Afghan women face as journalists, but also shows you what opportunities they have and how they're able to function. What I want most more than anything is, I would be very grateful if you watch the film. And the reason why I want you to watch this film is because I want you to see what Afghanistan was, and I want you to see what we have lost. Because if you just see what Afghanistan is today, you might, if you don't know anything about the history of Afghanistan, assume that today's Afghanistan under the Taliban rule is just Afghanistan. And that's how women live and have lived. And that's not the case. In my film, you will see Afghan women and girls functioning in an Afghan society, communicating with Afghans and having some freedoms and opportunities. And hopefully that can let you know that the Taliban's way of living and the rules that they enforce on women and girls is actually not Afghan. It's not who we are. So that's important for me. If you look back into Afghanistan's history and go further back in the 60s and 70s and 50s, you will see women living with more opportunities and more freedoms. And that's also Afghan. So the oppression of women is not central to Afghan culture. It is central to the Taliban's fundamentalist, misogynist, chauvinistic ideology that is not Afghan, and it is rooted in a hatred for women and a detest for free thinking and love. It's cruel. I could go as far as saying that it's not human. But I do hope you get a chance to see my film, because I'm also hoping that if you watch it, you can be motivated to speak up for Afghan women and girls who are right now unable to. I hope it motivates you to reach out to your governments and demand that the Taliban never be accepted as a legitimate government. I hope it motivates you to speak up and ask why we have abandoned Afghan women and girls. And I hope it motivates you to see that all that good that went on, that in the years of rebuilding Afghanistan, 20 years of it, we cannot just let that go. Because a lot of lives, even international lives, international soldiers that were part of NATO, that were representing Canada and Kandahar, a lot of lives were lost because people wanted to do good. So we just cannot abandon that effort. We must remember that we were close to getting better, and stand up and speak up. That's my goal. If you are motivated and you are interested in supporting organizations that assist Afghan women and girls, right here in Canada, there is the Canadian Women for Afghan Women, which is a phenomenal organization that has been around for years, dedicated to supporting Afghan women and amplifying Afghan women's voices and being a real support of Afghan women and girls, not speaking for us, but speaking with us in that sense. The other thing that I want you to know is that the women you meet in my film, they are not in Afghanistan right now, which I'm sure you might be concerned. One of them is, unfortunately, 4 of them are out of Afghanistan. 3 of them are here in Canada. And you can find those 3, Shagufta Siddiqui, Khalid Rashid, Firisha Mahboubi, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. They're actively posting and actively reporting. They are not hired professionally as journalists here, but they're still being journalists in that sense, continuing the work that they do while they are readjusting to a new country and just planning a new future. But speaking up for Afghan women and doing their work as journalists, speaking truth and continuing to wage for change is inherently in their veins. And I hope you meet them on social media. And on the last note, I just want to say hello to everybody at KPU, because I was a student a few years ago, many years ago, and I had really good professors, and I still remember them. And I took some brilliant anthropology courses, all of which helped me become a better filmmaker. So thank you all. Have a great year.